Good morning. It's currently 6:56 a.m. on Monday, April 6th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I more or less just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm recording this a little bit later than I typically do on a weekday because I fell down a rabbit hole of online blog posts all about the Hugo Awards and the nominations and the so-called Sad Puppies campaign. I was feeling a little bit preoccupied about it and a little bit inclined to talk about it in depth today, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure I could really speak about it very eloquently and say anything that hasn't already been said. I largely agree with John Scalzi's blog post on the subject, which I'll tweet out a link to that if anyone else hasn't seen it. I'll also just say that completely independent of what they were actually trying to do, just naming themselves the Sad Puppies kind of fills me with immediate contempt for them. I'm really not sure why they named themselves that, but I feel like even if I agreed with them on everything else that they stood for, which I don't, but even if I did, I just feel like I would have to get past the name, because what the hell? Anyway, though, I decided that in addition to feeling like I don't know if I could contribute anything especially valuable to the discussion, I just kind of want to try to focus on happier things. Like why devote so much of my mental brain space to to things that are just kind of fill you with dismay. I don't know. It's a weird sort of dilemma just in terms of life, because on the one hand, you can say, well, why should you devote your mental energy and your brain space to things that make you unhappy? Why not focus on the things that you like? Stay positive, stay upbeat, optimistic. But then you could also make the argument that people that do that exclusively are going through life with blinders on. They're sticking their head in the sand. They're ignoring real problems that really affect and hurt people. And I think that both of those things are probably largely true. So in life, how do you find that balance of seeing, recognizing, and standing up for injustice when you can, but also not dwelling on the darker or more upsetting parts of life? I mean, because it's very easy, I think, to fall down a hole of righteous anger and suddenly discover that you've spent weeks of your life angry about things that don't actually directly affect you in any way. And I feel like that can have a really negative impact on your quality of life. Little dogs don't have a negative impact on my quality of life, though. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but I feel like, generally speaking, online, what I try to do is focus on things that I can talk enthusiastically about, that I enjoy. And although there are certainly times when I don't like something or I don't enjoy something, and I don't necessarily have constructive criticism for it as much as wanting to just say, I don't like this. But I, generally speaking, try to keep that sort of sentiment off of my Twitter feed, blog posts, etc., just because I want to focus on the more positive things. And yet, that does sometimes leave me wondering if I am not standing up for things that ought to be stood up for. It's a tricky balance. And I don't always feel like I walk it expertly, that line. But I don't know. I do the best I can. In other news, I did post a Let's Play video yesterday So check that out on my YouTube feed and at christianaellis.com. It's about 20 minutes of gameplay of a game called Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is super fun. And I'm definitely interested in potentially doing more Let's Play videos in the future. So I'm definitely interested in feedback on this one. So if you watch it, let me know what you thought. Do you have suggestions for how the video might be better in general? Do you have suggestions for what other games you might like me to play? Or do you think the whole thing's a waste of time? I will tell you right now, I'm probably not inclined to listen to you if you just think it's a waste of time. I would advise anyone who just thinks it's a waste of time to just not watch them, because I think they're fun. So I am, though, interested in hearing how to make them even better. So with all that said, remember you can find all my stuff at christianaellis.com. I am at christianaellis on Twitter, and I will talk to you guys later or tomorrow for 5 more minutes. Bye.